Welcome, Pokemon players, to another long-awaited episode of Discount Pokemon Decks. It's been a while, and things have changed. We have a new set out, and that means there's new cards and lots of new combinations. And what better to mix some of the new stuff with some of the old stuff? To take something that has been just off the radar and maybe not even usable for a long time and to put it back in play. So this is a fun deck. I'm not going to kid you. This is not the best deck in the world. But if you're playing against EX, GX cards and you're tired of getting beaten up by the big guys, this is a great David deck to go against the Goliaths out there. It's a fun deck. It is fun. And I'm going to tell you this. Now that Victini is back, where you can redo coin flips, the fun is back. This is excuse me, this is like, it's got to be one of my favorite cards. This was awesome. And in between the two Victinis, there was a card, Trick Coin. There was a tool that you could put on a Pokemon that would allow you to redo a coin flip, which was awesome. So anytime you're going to see this card, it's a fun deck. Yes, you can. I'm sure there can the ability to have competitive decks out with this. But it is a fun deck, and this is a cool deck. I've had so much fun playing this deck that it got me off my rear and recording again. So here we go. We have the focal point is Doublade with False Swipe. Flip a coin. If heads, put damage counters on your opponent's active Pokemon until its remaining hit points is 10. Okay, so that is our focal point, along with the aforementioned or previously mentioned Victini with Victory Star. So you can flip you can redo one attack flip per turn, no matter how many Victini you have, which is kind of sad, but you know what? It'd be great if you had a whole bunch on the bench and you could just keep flipping. That would be awesome. That would just make my day. But just so you know, so you're thinking, okay, there's a 50-50 chance this attack goes through. And with Victini on the bench, it is now a 75% chance of occurring. So let me just tell you about this attack. And if you're wondering, like, this isn't such a great attack, it depends. It depends on the deck you're facing. If you could get 2 prize cards for 1, this is totally a worth it attack. And I'm going to do the math on it. Let's say we're facing some GX with 210 hit points. I'm just going to pick that out because it makes a nice even number. Okay, it's going to put damage counters in it until there's 10 left, so it's really doing 200 damage. Now, it does 200 damage only half the time, so that means you're doing 100 damage per turn. So just right off the bat, if you're facing a GX, EX deck, if you're facing Darkrai with a Fighting Fury belt on, it's got 210 hit points, you are averaging 110 damage per attack for double colorless, which is pretty good. But with Victini on the bench, let's do that calculation again. 210 minus 10, it gives us, we're doing 200 damage still. But Victini is 3/4. 3 out of every 4 tries, you succeed. So we'll multiply it by 3, divide by 4. And now we're doing 150 damage per turn. Totally worth it. That outbeats Passimian. That beats a lot of things. If you think about it, that's a pretty good number. And your opponent's almost knocked out every time. So again, if it's a higher or lower hit point count, it's great. It still works. So to augment our focal point, we have lots of synergy in this deck, okay? So one synergy, well, you're leaving 10 points on the board, 10 hit points, and you're still not knocking him out. Well, what if I have a Poison Barb, which does 10 damage per turn? So anytime I can get this on my active Pokemon and my opponent does attack me, that means he is available for a one-shot knockout with Doublade. And let's say my opponent retreats or, picks a different Pokemon or leaves his Pokemon active. Well, we've got Spinda here. Uproar does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. And I can tell you from experience how fun it is to have like 2 EXs on their bench with only 10 hit points each and to bring out Spinda and to put 1 energy on him and do 10 damage and get 4 prize cards in one shot with a Spinda. So this is, so one of our synergies, obviously Poison Barb, good, does damage. Spinda here. Spinda has good synergy with this Uproar attack. So there's good synergy between these cards. If we can get our Pokemon out and working, then it is a lethal combo. This is a one-shot combo, which of course makes this deck better against larger two-prize Pokemon, obviously. It's a fun deck. You'll see. Hopefully, you know what? I had good success with this deck, but now that I'm making a video, I'm sure I'm going to have some awful matchups and just do a really bad job. And I apologize for that in advance. But you know what? It's fun, man. This deck is so much fun. So, some other synergies. So you'll notice some choices I had in this deck. Escape Rope. Escape Rope works well because if his opponent, my opposing Pokemon, only has 10 hit points left, if we Escape Rope, we put him on the bench, and again, we can use Spinda to use that attack. So I have that instead of switches. Lysandre, of course, helps out as well. Eventually, we will get the Spinda. I am concerned about my Pokemon getting knocked out and targeted, especially Victini. A lot of opponents will use a Lysandre on him and get rid of him and ruin my chances, or even losing some of these. So I have 2 Super Rods to help get him back in, help get some of the energy back in as well. Special Charge, also helping with the double colorless. It's great to get that in on one shot. Power up your Pokemon in one turn and be able to attack, so that's helpful. Obviously, these are core components of the deck. I am running 4 male, 4 V-Seekers. Yep, it happened. I'm running them every game. I'm running a mix of supporters here. 3 N, 2 Birch, 3 Sycamore, and 2 Teammates. Teammates is really useful in this deck because deck where you have double colorless and you need to find that in the deck. You're only going to have 4 in the deck. It's very hard to make sure you get it in your hand, and Teammates helps so much with that. Any deck where you have certain needs, like for instance, you may have Doublade set up and you need a double colorless and a Victini. Well, you know what? If your opponent got knocked out, you use Teammates, you have the setup again. Usually you're 1 or 2 cards away from getting your setup again. And when you're having when you have Pokemon that are disposable, Teammates is a good choice. Another synergy to consider is Field Blower. This has got to be the best card of the best new card, Field Blower, because there's so many uses for this card. 21 times, that's a person, remarked that this is a good card if you don't want to run stadiums. So you can have this card in your deck, and it's not like it's taking up space like Delinquent or Paint Roller, where you're only using that for stadiums. You could have 2 or 3 of these in your deck, and if your opponent whips out a stadium, you can just play this card. You could have 4 in this deck, depending on what you need. So it's it's useful in so many different ways. You can use it to knock out a tool. If someone's got let me just put out a Hoopa or whatever tech card and throw a floatstone on them. Hey, you know what? Field Blower can knock that out. So it's really useful in so many ways. And honestly, a deck like this, had Victini come out without Field Blower, I may not consider that a decent deck because you'd have Garbodor. And how do you deal with that? Right? Garbodor with the floatstone cuts off abilities, so it would make it tough. And with Field Blower, you don't have to worry about your abilities getting shut off for too long. It's a way to kind of cope with it. So I don't know if I mentioned it, but if you do a false swipe on someone with a Fighting Fury belt, and then later on you do a Field Blower, he's gone, right? If he has that all but 10 damage and his hit points is increased, that kind of helps out. So it's a good cheap deck. I don't know if there's any other points to go over. Everything else is pretty obvious. I mean, the Stadium Altar of the Sun, another new card. Fire and metal Pokemon have no weakness, and we do have a considerable amount of those, so that helps out. That's pretty much it. So let's go to the first game. All right, welcome back. Call the coin flip. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fun coin flips. All right, I lost the coin flip here. I'm not sure what deck my opponent's playing, so I'll be curious. Of course, when the standard changes, it's always kind of hard to figure out. This is not the best opening hand, but I can work with this. I didn't mention that I have level balls in this deck because all my Pokemon are low hit points. So this is beautiful. This is a great start. I'm going to guess I'm going to get N sooner or later. That's my guess, because whatever he has. All right, so he's chucking his choice bands. Smart. I've seen people put them on, even though I don't have any GXs. It's not like they're trying to get rid of, like think I'm going to have them or whatever. But I guess, maybe. Oh, all right, so we're going to see, I'm guessing Metagross GX. So I didn't think I'd see a metal deck, but here we go. Metal versus metal. I'm going to bring out Victini now. And normally I would put another Honedge on my bench, but I don't think he's going to be attacking me next turn. I'm not 100% sure. I am going to use my Sycamore. See, I hate when you have two Sycamores and then two things that help bring cards back, and you lose all of them. So let's make his Shaman confused. So now he can't put a double colorless on him and retreat without risking some retribution here. Wow, do I not have a thing cached? All right, so Metagross here. Once during your turn, may attach energy. Boy, I really wish. What do I wish? I wish I had a Lysandre right about now. I can't chuck him because I will lose my special charge. So let's get a. We're gonna put a. You know what? No. We'll put the Spinda down. I have two of these guys, so I'm feeling okay. And I can't use a Sycamore, so let's hope Birch gives us a coin flip. Too bad Victini can't be used for that. Yes, heads anyway. All right. We got our single energy. That's great. We got our Nest Ball, and I'm wondering if I should use it on the Victini or not. Wow, this is pretty nice. Because I've got this Escape Rope here. No, heads, we did it. We got him. So let's see what my opponent's going to do here. Now, he might try to retreat this Pokemon as well. But then what is he going to do? If he attacks with Metagross... Yeah, I think my opponent's a little bit... Floatstone, okay. Alright, so he's going to put 5 cards in his hand. And I think he gets to choose them. Yep. And then shuffle your deck. So we're going to probably play N on this next turn. So I'm thinking double colorless on Doublade. Play a Nest Ball. Get maybe another Victini out. Maybe a Spinda out. I don't know. But I'm close to knocking out an EX and a GX in about 2 turns. If I can get everything set up right. So I'm pretty pleased with this so far. Even still, he's got a tough time. I've got a Poison Barb on this guy to attack. So, or do I go with a? Did I say I'm going to put a Victini here? Maybe another Victini. So even if he goes for 1, I've got the other one. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Wow, that hurts a little bit. Oh, do I keep this? I mean, he's got the cards he wants in his hand, so I don't want to let him have that. So I'm fine with playing an N. I'm going to get 6 cards. He's going to actually reduce by 1, which I'm okay with. Oh, good. There's another Honedge. There's a Spinda. There's a Teammate. So even if he does do some damage, this is looking... Wow! Wow! All right. I did not expect that. No, I didn't. I do not want to see this deck right now. Look at, especially with what the hand I have. Oh no. So let's see. My opponent obviously going for the first turn lock. You never know. You never know if they're going to get it or not. I wonder if somebody calculated the odds. Like, how many times playing either with or against this deck do you get the lock in the first turn, second turn, etc., etc.? I wonder what the odds are. It's almost like, I mean, playing against this deck is almost like playing against Night March, in that you're just going to sit and wait until your opponent does a whole bunch of things. So Alright, Trainers Mail. Oh, that's weird. I didn't get to see what that was. Was that? Alright, Energy. Even still, I don't have a great hand, so kind of hoping my opponent plays an N. Although if that gives him everything he needs. Oh, there goes Sycamore. Alright. Yep. And so basically he's 2 cards away from getting the lock. All he needs is a Revitalizer. And probably he's going to get it here, a Oddish. So let's see. Sad that the graphics aren't coming up here. My computer taxed maybe. No, he went for the Gloom. Thought the Gloom was in here. All right, so he doesn't have everything. I'm guessing he doesn't have the Revitalizer in his hand. Another Shaman. I wouldn't mind so much if I had a supporter or 2 in my hand, but ooh, that's interesting. All right, so Field Blower away. Yes, that'll help in this instance as well. Make it a little tougher for my opponent to do what he wants. Yes, I'm going to play my Energy. Yes, I'm going to play this Sycamore. I need to get some Pokemon out. Alright, that's okay. I'm going to save the stadium, but I'm going to play every item card I possibly can. It doesn't make sense to get Special Charge now. I do have to get Victini though, or do I go with Honedge? Another Honedge. I'm gonna go with the Victini here. Let's put this on the Spinda. Put on the Victini as a kind of warning. So not much to do here. Fortunately, can't attack with the Honedge, but the colorless energy. So, all right. So I have a fighting chance. I did not give my opponent any cards. I played Sycamore, and that's it's kind of an important thing to think about. N is a opponent has fewer prizes than you. And as long as you're not giving him more cards, if he's got 1 or 2 cards or something, I can see my opponent stuck, which is good. This is great. Exactly what I want. I'm holding on to my stadium because I want to use it to ruin his. I will put Honedge down on my bench. But other than that, if you're giving your opponent cards playing N, it's really not a great tactic. It's not helping you out. I'm gonna hold on to the altar, to the stadium, in case I may need it later. Oh, that's not great. I'm gonna use those. I'm gonna use these now. And we'll grab a Sycamore, and we're gonna grab. What else do we have in here? An N? No, Birch. Okay. So here we go. Can I false swipe? I need a heads, tails. No, let's try again. No, nothing. All right, so that gave us nothing. So now think about it this way: it'd be 50 divided by 2, so it's 25. But then 3/4 of that, 50 times 3 is 150 divided by 4, so a little under 40. What do I play here? Do I play the Sycamore? I don't have any more Super Rods. Let me try Birch. I don't want to give my opponent a new hand. I could have stayed and held on to the Teammates, but I'm just worried that all these item cards are going to be useless soon. Except right now, I don't have any draw. Alright, so we're going to go with Sycamore. Yeah. Alright, let's try this again. I wish I had this Lysandre just before. Wait, is there a double colorless in here? There's one. Do I play it now? I'm going to play it now. I'm really worried about this item lock. What would you do? Would you have played it right then and there? Or would you have waited? So put that in the comments. And do it before the video's over, because if he puts Vileplume down next turn, it'll change your answer. Maybe, maybe not. Full swipe again. All right. Heads it is. No, I would not like to flip again. I'm fine with that. And I'll... Oh, except he can evolve this Pokemon now. So if he evolves this Pokemon, it really... Oh, he's going to attack me. It's going to knock him out because of the poison. I do not understand that. I did not understand that play at all. I'm going to Lysandre these Shaman, I think. No, he's going to give me one. Okay. Alright, let's get an energy on him. I don't feel like the need to play anything. Let's use Doublade. Tails, let's go again. Come on. No, again, double. You know, it's supposed to only happen 1 in 4 times. I've had 3 attacks this game, and I've gotten that twice, so. What's up with that? Not happy with that at all. And what happens if he does... Oh, there we go. What happens if he does Sky Return, and he has only 10 hit points, and he does poison? Oh, he'll be in his hand before the poison hits. All right. Item locks in effect. But I don't think that's particularly effective. All right, he is going to go for the Sky Return here. Should I Lysandre his other Shaman? Should I Lysandre the Fomantis? Should I Lysandre the Vileplume? You know what? I'm scared of the Fomantis. I'm not scared of anything else. So let's go after him. Let's go after him. I don't know if this is worth it or not, but we're going to try. So, yep. Heads, all right. I don't need to flip again. There we go. So I could retreat this Doublade and use the Spinda. I could Lysandre a Shaman and then do the same thing, and then retreat and use the Spinda. Interesting. And we're going to do this. Let's Lysandre his Shaman. Yeah. Let's put this Victini into play. So, full swipe again. Heads again. All right. No, I would not like to flip again. I'm thinking of retreating this guy, use the Spinda, and knock a bunch of these guys out. As long as this guy doesn't evolve. If he does evolve, I'll... All right. Yeah, unfortunately, this slash ability doesn't really help, so let's retreat. Let's put Spinda in. Uproar. And that should give us 3 cards there, yes. Should I put this energy on? I probably should have. 1, 2. I almost definitely should have put this energy on. Or did I put one on the Spinda? All right. So he's going to use this Shaman to put cards back in his hand. I'm going to retreat with the Spinda. Wow. Yeah, I guess this is interesting. And I'm holding on to this Teammates because it will definitely save me. So we're going to retreat. We're going to put a double colorless on this guy. Nothing else I can really play, but I'm holding on to this for the Teammates. So if there's one card I need... I'm sorry, my radiator just decided it's cold in here. So if there's just 1 or 2 cards I need to finish up the game, I can use Teammates if he knocks me out. So no, let's flip again. Yes, all right. So nowhere to run for Vileplume because he can retreat to the bench, but Spinda can reach him there. So this should be interesting here. And that's not going to give him many cards. I wonder what he has in his... It's got to be all item cards that would help him get Vileplume. Let's look what he had. Oh, let's not look. Probably some acro bikes. There we go. Victory for us. So look at this. 2 games in a row. All right, here we go. Game number 3. Ooh, new Garbodor, maybe? Probably. Espeon. Let's see. Let's see what my opponent's throwing at me here. Mew. So many combinations here. Excuse me, Mewtwo EX, Mega Mew. Would I like to go first? Sure, I'd like to go first. Why not? So, two concedes. Oof. Awful draw. See, it's times like this that maybe going first isn't great, because then your opponent can see whether or not you have a supporter card. Because if I just play an energy and boot my turn, there's really not much there to do. Yeah. Oh, okay. That really shouldn't help. All right, this is good. Trubbish, I don't care about. I'm not going to play my stadiums yet. I'm not weak to any of his cards. There's no reason. I'll just use it as defensive measure. Oof. Oof, indeed. He can't knock me out. Yet, right? Ooh, I have to be careful how many item cards I put in there, so... I'm playing the Sycamore. We'll chuck 4, which will be enough for him to one-shot basically all my guys. So... that stinks. I could use the V-Seeker to play N, and I only put 1 in there, which is fine. Oh, interesting. A Ninja Boy in this deck. Alright. Well, here we go. So, Tapu Lele, which lets you put a supporter card into your hand. Which one? Sycamore? Okay. I would have preferred N, but I guess if you're playing this Garbodor, the new Garbodor, you don't want to play N that much. Alright, so he's going to do 30 damage with this Revelation Dance. And that's interesting because to make sure there's no stadium, if I play Field Blower, that's putting item cards in here. So I have to be very sensitive to that. That Radiator's just going full blast. Oh, resistance. That was nice. Alright, so we are going to play N. Even though I said before, it's not great to give your opponent cards and yada yada yada, but when you're playing against the new Garbodor, you want to make sure that you're putting as few item cards as you can in there. And this is okay. I don't even know if I want to play the Poison Barb. I might. But you see here, I'm kind of without cards. Without any draw, so... And this guy's really no threat, so let's put the pressure on my opponent here. Yes, heads. No, I don't want to flip again. So, who am I eyeing next? You, my friend. 20 times energy attached to both active Pokemon. Or should I go after these guys? Maybe I should go after the... Well, they're going to evolve, so... This is a tough choice here. I guess I should have put this on him. Because if he's going to attack with Oriyoko, he's going to one-shot himself. Knock himself out. Ooh, I'd like to see him play an N here. Especially because I have no draw. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now I wish I'd put that Poison Barb on. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble here. Because he can one-shot this guy. And I don't have anybody ready. He's going to knock out my Victini. I'm going to have to start using item cards. That's going to make his guy stronger. So, oof. This has not been the best start. But let's see if we can recover. All right, Spinda here. Let's get Honedge. Oh, we're going to lose that Victini. There's no doubts about that. Do I want to play Teammates? I'm going to say yes. I definitely want a Victini. We'll only have one. And a Doublade. Oof. Do I need another draw? I don't need anything else to draw. Actually, what I want is a double colorless and a Honedge. And I'm going to explain why. He's going to knock out this Victini. And then I could play Teammates again, and I could put a Victini and excuse me, a Doublade down. So that's my thinking here, that I can use his teammates after this turn. Now he can play an N and get rid of all my cards, but I have, I'm going to draw 6 cards, so 7th with the draw on my next turn, and I'm pretty sure I can grab. I'll have what I need again. So let me count item cards. Just 2. That's good. Oh, interesting. So he played Hex Maniac here. So I don't get to play teammates again. I'm fine with this Victini going, I think. The other thing to do is to play rope and target this guard. And then my opponent's doing 1, 2, 40 damage, but less, 20. Actually, why not? Well, he can just use this guy. And yeah, I can't. I'm thinking rope. He'll place tap. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna play Escape Rope. He's probably gonna put this guy as his active. I will play N, get a full hand, hopefully get a Doublade, and it's a 50-50 shot. Oh no, interesting. See, he's thinking he's going to get away, although he will get away with it because he can evolve this Trubbish. Ooh, that is... Boy, did I count those chickens before they hatched? 1, 2, 3. So he's doing 60 damage with this guy, less to Honedge. Wait, is there 3 here? 1, 2, 3, yep. But less because Honedge has... We cannot do anything. Wow, that was not my greatest moment here. Maybe I should have put the Spinda as active and at least knocked out his Oreo. Moving the Spinda for later in the game. So he's going to knock me out, I believe, with Tapu. I will have to put this Honedge as my active. At that point, I'm going to play Super Rod and Field Blower and all that because I think the gig is up with trying to keep Garbodor. Oh, Hex Maniac again. Interesting. Very good. Do you really need Hex Maniac in a Garbodor deck? Is that really necessary? All right, here we go. So, the jig is up. We're going to play all our stuff and his... Alright. His Garbodor is going to get super strong. There's not much we can do here. Let's get rid of his stadium. Let's get rid of these. Sure. Just go nuts. Let's get some Pokemon back in our deck. Let's hope we get a heads here. Because, oh no. No, alright, so we did get it. Alright, so Level Ball gives us Doublade. Boy, teammates, man. I don't know what I'm going to do next turn. Alright, so 50-50 shot. If I get this coin flip, I'm feeling okay because Spinda will get me 3. Yes! Alright. Will get me 3 Pokemon in theory. So, excuse me, 3 prizes. So go ahead, knock my Doublade out. Spinda's going to go to town. You can hide him all you want on your bench. The one part that does hurt is the max potion. So you can retreat with this guy. I don't care. Spinda's going to come. Spinda will find you. He could go after my Spinda. And I do have teammates, so I can... I'll definitely have to get a Honedge and then something to draw. Yeah, see, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm going to find him and get him. So it'll be an even game here, but my opponent certainly has the upper hand here. Oh. Oh, no! Oh, that was brilliant. Oh, man. I just got punked. Look at that. That is game over. Oh, excellent play. Excellent, excellent play. Oh, man. And I'm kicking myself for not seeing that coming. I know in the comments you're going to say you all saw that coming, but you didn't see that coming. Oh. Yeah, I don't really know how this is going to turn out other than me losing, but I can't imagine winning here. Oof. All right, Spinda, go to work. And we're going to confuse Garbodor, at least try. Die trying. All right, so what are we going to do? Teammates, sure. No, we did not get a card for drawing, so we'll need one. Sycamore. And I don't think I'm going to... yeah, I will play this energy because why not? And, alright, so staggering steps instead. We're going to try to confuse my opponent's Pokemon. Heads. We do not need to flip again. So, there we go. Some stalling here till we get our, hopefully, cavalry ready. Wow, he just blew me away with that move. Parallel City. Oh. I should not have played a stadium. What was I thinking playing a stadium? Oh, because he had me locked into 3 Pokemon. Alright, alright. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Now, what do we get? Sycamore. So, we'll play that one. Get 7 cards here. Good. That's good. We will save our Spinda. We'll leave him with 3 cards on his bench. I don't see a reason to bail him out. Yeah, and his Garbodor is just getting stronger as well. So I don't mind leaving that stadium there. False swipe. Do we get a heads? Yes! And we are not going to flip again. So 80 damage brings our opponent up to 110. That's a nice little combo too. The staggering steps confusion. I've used it in a couple games. It's a nice little combo there. Oh, he's getting rid of his own stadium. He needs to put Pokemon down. Shaman again. What are we going to see here? Tails. No! Darn it. Alright, but Spinda will wipe him up. But we are running out of time here. Let me see. Wait, what do I have here? I do have a Lysandre. I'm going to put the Spinda. I'm going to Lysandre this guy and try to confuse him. That is my goal here. And this kind of fits because I have the double colorless for... I can't play it till the next turn anyway, and then I can maybe draw, so... Although he could whip out that stadium again. That would just be the worst thing ever. So, not much to do here. Staggering steps. Hope to get a heads eventually. Yes! Alright. Alright. I thought I'd be... made of short work, but so far the coin flips have been in my favor, even without Victini. So hopefully he will not be able to attack. If he attacks and knocks Spinda out, the game is over. For sure the game is over. But if I can get Honedge in... Oh, no. Oh, very good. And Garbodor is going to knock me out. Yeah, I didn't think about retreating there. He only needed 1 energy to retreat, so this is over. Good game to my opponent. I don't really see the need to play on because there's no way I can win. No matter what, he's either going to attack with Garbodor or with Tapu Lele. So, alright, good game to my opponent. You have a good deck and well played. And, well, oops. Oh, yep, conceding is there. Sorry, they changed up the menu a little bit. Alright, folks, so we'll just go into the conclusion here. So that was pretty good. I think you got a good idea of how this deck works. And, you know, I said it's a fun deck, and I don't take it too seriously, but it's a strong enough deck I guess you can't really joke about it. Obviously, if you're playing something like Passimian, it's not going to have the same gravitas, but there's some strength in this deck. If you're sick of playing EXs and GXs and you need something that kind of bring them down to your level, I think this works. It's just like a nice combo, this full swipe. You're doing a lot of damage, even though it's inconsistent with Victory Star. You can see Victini's, you pretty much get the cards out. Last game would have been a lot different if it wasn't for that one stadium. If my opponent didn't put that out, I may have well won that game, or at least been a lot closer than it was. So, kudos to my opponent there. But, I think this deck has some strength to it. There's definitely some fun combos with the Poison. My opponent, I believe, in the second game misplayed that one where he got his own Pokemon knocked out. Spinda, not only with the uproar, and it's great because they can't hide on the bench, but the staggering steps kind of helps you stall if you need to a little bit. I did get into a slow start that last game. My opponent did just really start hammering away at me. But you could see the first game my opponent resigned, and the second one too. Even though he got Vileplume down, didn't matter. My Pokemon were just overwhelming his guys. And you could see how it worked well with the Escape Rope, how that kind of, and the Lysandre plays into it. Get a lot of damage on their guy, put him on their bench, and you'll catch him with Spinda later. So it's a good deck. It's a fun deck. I definitely recommend playing it, and until next time. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so you'll know when our next video is released. Also, check out our playlists where you can find videos by topics like mill decks or cheap EX decks.